actually going to bring Sam and Marisa up and talk about some of their properties. And they've go ahead.
Give him a hand. I guess so.
Hand, yeah. All right. So, well, first, let's just start by tell us what you do for a living. Who are you?
So my name is Sam Zamora. I am.
This one's no good.
I'm an engineer. I work for a property insurance company. I've been working there for 22 years, and that's pretty much it.
My name is Marisa Zamora. I'm the wife. I was a teacher for 16 years, so I've now been retired for 2 years.
Now you can wrap it. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So, Sam, you originally joined in 2006, and you already had, and then joined again in 2019. And you had some properties that you acquired prior to really engaging back in 2019. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I did. I joined a long time ago. I did same thing. I listened to Dale Wemsley. I thought this is it. I had a different, it's a friend of mine. We were going together. We were
Hold up a little higher.
Okay, can you hear me?
Perfect.
So yeah, we just got together in 2006 and decided this is what we want to do. But I wasn't very serious at that time, and I didn't really, give in. I don't think I went to any seminars at that time. It wasn't until way later. I mean, I was really just a single bachelor, and my focus was work, my career. And, I got married. We got married in 2012, and immediately it didn't click. I told her I had these 4 properties, getting rich slow, acquiring, just paying off the mortgage, which at that time I thought, woohoo,
yeah,
debt free.
Yep.
And I convinced my wife after probably 5 years that this is what we need to do. If we work together, that it's going to work out as a synergy. And that's kind of when it started. In 2019, we rejoined, rededicated ourselves, and just followed the map, and came out. And
so you came back to the seminar and reinvigorated yourselves. Right?
I did,
as a couple, we came back. Yeah.
And I wanted to brag about, I'm debt free, and nobody was excited about that. What are you doing with that? With that equity? What are you doing? And it was, nothing but, I don't own anything. So I'm getting rich slow. Didn't know what that meant at that time.
Yep.
And real quickly, I talked to some of my mentors. Kerry Donham is there, and he helped me through a lot of this. And you got to do something with it. And after that, then that's kind of it really just literally blew up. And since 2019 until now.
Cool.
Real quick.
And so you can't get rich slow. So how many properties do you have total now? You had 4 when you started.
We're at 23.
Give him a hand. They became crack fiends.
So
it is. It does get addicting.
So we're gonna present your last 2 acquisitions, right? So so this one right here, Truxton. Tell us about this property. How did you find this property?
So I grew up this is in Pasadena, Texas.
Okay.
I grew up in that area. I know the area very well. It's a clear water, and I just knew that it was a nice area. When I grew up, I was going there. It was like one of the nicer parts in Pasadena, and it was just a great deal. I got it through the blast. Jumped on it real quick. Didn't spend a lot of time as far as making a decision, and I already had my team, and that's very important, is to make sure you have your team, which I do, and I've developed it over.
I think it's important to mention that we live here. We actually live in Prosper, but all of our properties are down in Houston, so it's absolutely manageable to have them rehabbed and take care of all of the necessities down there while living up here.
And what she just said is very important. I want to bring up because I have people watching from all across the nation.
Sure.
Live where you want to live. Invest where it makes sense. So if the numbers make sense a little bit further away, there's nothing wrong with them living up here and doing it down there. And like they said, it's a team approach. We want you to do this for yourself. We want you to make the great rate of return, but don't do it by yourself. Build that team.
Yep.
Exactly.
And this is a beautiful transformation.
Who agrees? Who likes the property on the right there? Doesn't it look a lot better?
It's amazing.
It's like night and day difference. You understand? And that's another thing I'm going to teach you this weekend is the model. Best product, best price, best people. We're not slumlords. We make them beautiful.
No doubt.
I also want to share, we did not have to do any marketing. I literally put up a sign.
Mm-hmm.
I allowed the pictures to speak for themselves. I had numerous offers.
Yep.
It grew. It was almost like a bidding war for rent. So it was completely easy to do. I did it remotely. I did it from here.
And this is great because if you're new and you're scared, you think it's hard to rent them out, you'll find out if you follow the model we teach.
Absolutely.
And you make it beautiful, it will rent itself. So that's great point you brought up.
So something interesting about this property, it was originally planned for a 3-1. And my GC at the time said, you know what, there's a good opportunity. There's enough space to add a full bath.
Okay.
And I think it'll add some value. And now we're in hard money at that point.
Mhm.
And so that was a decision. We had to pump in probably another $15,000. At that point, we said, well, you know what, let's go for it. And it paid dividends.
Okay.
The appraisal after went higher. So let's just say that our numbers were a certain number at the original.
Now it's even better.
Yeah. And then at the end, we ended up not paying much at closing.
So I just want to be real with everybody in the room. What does it take to invest in real estate right now to buy houses? Typically $30,000 to $40,000 out of pocket. So in this here deal, it's 35. It gives you an idea, but they're going to go through the numbers with you right now.
Yeah. So that 35 was the cash out of pocket, and you had a $15,000 equity capture, which is 43%. Fantastic job on that. The cash flow, we ended up renting it for $1,600. So that's $587 per month. That's fantastic. A 20% annual return. Way to go.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I'm an engineer, so naturally numbers come in pretty. That's what I look for. I look at numbers. I don't look at properties. There's nothing emotional. So I look at numbers, and if it's going to be at a discount, that's number one. And then also if I'm going to be cash flowing, typically I want to cash flow $300-400 or more.
Good.
And I'm surprised how often it happens. And I aim at 500, but it happens.
So if you're new and when I did the example with Monopoly, I say you make $500 on a house. You see how they're making 587. So if you're new and you don't understand all these numbers, that's okay. I'm going to break it down this weekend what they all mean. But that's $500 after all your expenses. You understand? That's real money going in your pocket tax-free. So they put out 35 grand. They're making 587 a month. If you take that 587 times 12, it's 7,044 divided by 35 grand. That's a 20% return. That would be like buying a bond. It makes 20% tax-free a year. Who'd be okay with that? But not only that, they're making another 43% return in capital gains. Now, you don't get that money till you sell it, but who agrees that's a pretty good investment? Not bad, right? Good job.
And as Sam mentioned, he's an engineer, so he's remarkable with numbers and just absolutely amazing. I'm not. I was a teacher. I taught 5th grade math and science, right? So I relied heavily on our mentors, Rick, Lori, to really explain this process because it's kind of hard to capture, right? To grasp if it's not something you've looked at.
Who likes that idea of having somebody walk you through the deal to make sure it's the right deal for you?
100%. They will hold
somebody
your
with a
hand.
lot of experience. That's what they're talking about, a mentor.
Yep. And then the second property, Joan of Arc, and you bought both of these in August of last year. So tell us about this property. How did you find this one?
Was it 15 years old?
No. All of my properties are 50 years or more. I think.
No, Joan of Arc was 50. Never mind.
Oh, that one is.
That's history.
Yeah. Oh. Took a while.
You're probably an Aggie. I get it.
No, we're actually a Cougar, University of Houston.
Oh,
Right.
Yes.
Don't call my wife that.
So Joan of Arc, it was something for me that was kind of like a first of. It was outside of Houston. We really tell you guys not to do rural. Now this wasn't rural. It was a town, and so it's not rural. I would consider it to be kind of like alone outside of the main, the town. But this was right in town, and it's a town called Bay City. It's outside of Houston. There's a nuclear power plant actually out there, so there's potential. I know from my experience at work that they've already been building a lot of chemical plants in that area. So I knew that up front. So I thought, hey, this is a good opportunity, and so we jumped at it. It's outside of that, and it got.
Yeah, I mean, Homer Simpson lives there. Why not?
Yeah,
exactly. It seemed that way.
You knew it
Cool.
had a good local economy, so it was a great market to invest
Let's
in.
see a
Then,
number.
so, all right. So, this one was even lower cash out of pocket. And you got this one from Lifestyles Realty as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
On both.
Awesome.
Okay.
Working with Moon.
Moon Kim?
Moon Kim.
Yes.
Cool.
Shout out to Moon.
50% equity capture on this one. So 26.7 out of pocket, 13.5 equity capture there. Great job on that. 13.75 rent gives you 563 cash flow. So that's over a 25% annual return. That's incredible. Great job.
So people watching that are new, compare these returns to what you're doing with your stupid 401k, IRA, TSP, 403b. Does this seem a little bit better and more consistent? Give him a hand. It's great returns.
Thank you.
All right. So how has Lifestyles Unlimited changed your life?
Well, as a teacher, I mean, I wasn't making a whole lot. I really looked forward to the summers. I was looking for a summer teaching job just to make a little bit extra money. I don't have to do that anymore. With the 23 houses, that the passive income alone has more than replaced my salary. So I spend more time with our children. I'm home, which I love, and love to spend time with my husband. So life is good.
There you go.
In reality, it started when Marisa and I, really put our heads together. I am the analytical, and she really is organizer, and she gets it all together. She's developed her own networking, and they call her, and I think that's amazing because that's really outside of her normal comfort zone. But she's getting it done.
Awesome.
She's very organized, and so it takes the two of us. With both.
Yeah, it's a team. We find that a lot with husband and wife teams. One will be good in one area, one another, and you feed off each other's strengths.
I've always said that to her, that if it was just one person, it'd be almost like, to me at least, like it couldn't have just been me because we're investing in our money, and so we have to be on the same page. So
We have
it
two
worked out.
small children. They're 6 and 8, and we bring them along, look at houses,
good.
and they enjoy. Our youngest calls it investigating. He's got the invest part right.
They go inside with us. Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. We talk about it as a family, and it becomes a family excursion.
Cool.
Yeah, I love that y'all think that this is fun and does not feel like work, even though y'all are building this amazing portfolio. So who's on your team? I know you wanted to give special shout out.
Absolutely. Capital Concepts. He's a huge part, carries a huge part of our story.
Carries that short guy over there. He's one of the lenders.
Babe, you want to?
So yeah, we use several Lifestyles realtors, but mainly you see there's Jeff Jenkins, Alex Mills, and Moon Kim. Thank you. Blue Star, Corbett, Capital Concepts. I'll tell you this: 23 houses. I have gone outside, but there's always something wrong when I go outside. There's no accountability when you go outside with our
outside the vendor list he's referring to.
So when you're with our vendor list, our vendors, there's accountability, and
you've been vetted.
Well, what happens, just so people know what that means, what we do is Lifestyles puts up a list of vendors, and then the members rate them. Basically, they put feedbacks on them, good or bad, and that's where you're getting member feedback. I did 6 houses with this guy, did a great job. Who likes that idea? It's like an Angie's List kind of thing. So that's what we do so that the members can make a informed choice.
And everybody's different. I'm a person, I'm not going to hover over them, but I do want feedback. I want, if I send a text or a call, I would like to, get some, because I live here in this side, I live in Prosper. And so, yeah, I do want some feedback. And so the people that I work with, they're really good, and they really work with you. And everybody's different, right? So that's the way I am. And that's,
awesome.
Yep.
Do you guys have time for a couple questions?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. So let's take like 2 questions here, and then we'll take 2 questions online. And then we'll ask you guys what's next right after that. Okay.
Yes.
So, well, you can just repeat the question. Go ahead.
Do y'all use property management?
So interestingly enough, we started out doing that because I was teaching when we moved over here, and there's a cost to that, right? So since I've been able to retire, I handle all of that, the management of our properties. So presently, no, but we did have that experience.
And just so everybody knows, if you come to my seminar this weekend, I spend about an hour how to screen your resident, how to do that every step of the way so you can do it on your own. If you don't want to do it on your own, you can pay somebody else, but your profits go down. They said, hey, not much time. Here, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
You have 20 properties. Are you spending 50 hours a week running these properties? What do you really spend a month on? I mean, 20 is a lot, but
I've actually been able to get them rented remotely, which I think is just remarkable, right? I don't need to drive down to Houston. I can meet everyone virtually. We speak. I can process all of their application. The entire process will be presented to you at the seminar, right? You'll know exactly what to do from A to Z. I can do it all remotely.
But
And
it's
so-
really, it's a couple hours a month, right?
yeah.
Who'd rather
best,
make
yeah.
a couple hours a month and never have to work again? You know, they're buying back their time.
Yeah, she
That's
naps a lot. So I
I
noticed.
do, and I attend bar class, and I go for a run, and
right.
cool.
I
Attend bar class?
I,
Pure Bar in Prosper. Yoga, right? So I start my day out that way, and yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
One more question from the.
You have, oh, we have some online. Let's
Okay.
take the online
Go
ones.
for it.
All right. So John was asking if you guys have a specific formula for your rehabs.
Do you have a specific formula, or do you have a certain way you do it the same every time like I do, or do you do something different, Sam?
I don't know if it's a formula, but I do like to stay within, let's say, a certain range, like let's say 1,400 square feet. I like 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I prefer to have a garage, but it's not necessary. I've done many conversions. And so I'll kind of stick with that. And most of them are beat up. They're not they're in blue collar neighborhoods, neighborhoods that I grew up in.
Okay.
And so I kind of stick with that.
Cool.
I don't know if that's a formula.
Well,
but
that
that's
is a model.
Yep.
It's there's within this square footage, within the 3.2. I love that idea. Nothing
They
wrong with
all look the same.
Yep.
Right? The floors look the same. The walls are the same color.
So they
I
are
don't know
doing
if
it the
that
same.
Really,
Yeah.
Yeah, it all looks
that. Great
the same.
question. Got another one?
Thank you. Yes. Mela was asking, what was your biggest challenge that you faced when you acquired your properties?
Gosh, honestly, it all felt we had such support. The learning is fundamental, right? The 2-day seminar is really foundational. The mentors provide you with an immense amount of support. The vendor list, we started there. So as we started to build our team, again, we had some support there. So I don't know. I think personally, I would say maybe just both of us being on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching really was a passion for me. It didn't. That's where I wanted to be and thought I would be there until I retired. This I could have never imagined in my wildest dreams. While I love and trust my husband, housing, I didn't see much in it. It didn't interest me. It didn't seem fun. So I think maybe just that synergy, and really that was probably
the biggest challenge is exactly that. I'll word it like this, that it's just getting that mind change. They teach you that my W-2, I have my career, I'm an engineer, I'm going up in title, and this is what you want. And so I drank that Kool-Aid, and I believed it, and I'm going up and up, but it's more expenses, and there's no passive income.
Right.
And
You're good till the day you're not.
and
You're
so,
a depleting asset.
exactly. And it was that mindset. So the most challenging thing was getting past that mindset,
Right.
and really digging deep on what was it, the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah.
So I took that I finally took the red pill, and I'm like, wow, that was it.
Yeah. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm a crack dealer, but not a drug dealer.
So what's next? What are you guys?
we're gonna keep going. We want to move into multi. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, we're having a lot of
With
fun
this.
right now with
Cool.
single family. I really am enjoying it, but we know that the next step is multifamily.
Because there's still some time involved. Single family's great, but we want to get to multifamily because we truly buy back our time. Well, you just get a checks and don't do nothing. I don't know what she'll do, because then she'll have more time for yoga. Awesome. Well, let's give them a hand. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.